In der Umgebung von Mondstadt stößt du wieder auf Honglagen. Achso, ja, das hat man ja schon. Genau, Ziel verfolgen. Da oben. Immer diese Sphären hier. Ist die Tür dieses Mal in Mondstadt gelandet. Honglang? Als ob ich wüsste, wer das ist, Alter. Reisende, du bist das. Was für ein Zufall. Ich hätte nie erwartet, dich ausgerechnet hier zu treffen. Ich auch nicht, weil ich nicht weiß, wer du bist. Du fragst dich, was hier los ist? Schau dir die Tür dort an, du wirst es schon verstehen. Die Sphäre vom letzten Mal ist wieder aufgetaucht. Ja, dank deiner Hilfe, dass du das letzte Mal so viel von der Sphäre erkundet hast, haben wir eine Menge wertvolle Informationen erhalten. Aber obwohl die Gilde bei der Untersuchung geholfen hat, sind von draußen kaum Infos zu bekommen. Wir bereiteten uns darauf vor. Ich dachte, was soll das heißen? Weitere Personen mit der Forschung zu beauftragen und sogar Leute aus den Gilden um Hilfe gebeten, aber dann ist die Sphäre plötzlich verschwunden. Erst heute ist sie plötzlich in Mondstadt aufgetaucht. Und woher weißt du, dass sie überhaupt da ist? Dank der Nachricht, die ich von den Brüdern aus der Abenteuer... Ah, okay. Konnte ich sofort hierher kommen. Habt ihr schon angefangen, sie zu erkunden? Natürlich, mit der Sphäre direkt vor unserer Nase, doch sollten wir da noch warten. Ja, aber ihr seid doch voll die Lappen, Alter. Ihr kriegt doch sowieso nichts zusammen. Die Regeln dieser Sphäre scheinen weiterhin unverändert. Es werden immer noch Dinge schaffen. Im Laufe der Erkundung haben wir entdeckt, dass diese Sphäre tatsächlich in der Lage ist, einige Gegner zu erschaffen. Wir werden uns angreifen, wenn sie uns angreifen, dann ist der Schmerz durch diese Angriffe tatsächlich real. Solches Ausdrücken, es unterscheidet sich kaum von einem echten Kampf und die Abenteurer sind daran interessiert. Daher können nicht mal die Gegner besiegen, die sie sich selbst ausgedacht haben und brauchen dann Hilfe von anderen. Gern, let's go. Angelika, guten Abend und Max ebenfalls. Wenn es Aktionszeitraum kannst du diese bizarre Sphäre betreten und ja. Irgendwas, glaube ich, muss ich hier dann einstellen, damit ich zu dem Ort komme, wo ich hin muss, oder war das nicht so? Wie, das ist doch nicht mal fertig, ey, was soll denn das? Gestalt und Theater der Bollwerke, oh nee. Startstufe Gefährte 70, Startstufe Waffen 40, Was zur Hölle, Alter? Was geht denn ab? Ich weiß gar nicht, ob ich Lust auf sowas habe, Alter. Scheiße. Ey, fragst du Wissenschaftler? Das wäre des Marsches. Zum Abschluss der Zunge. Keine Ahnung. Da nehme ich auch mal mit. Ja, sammel die Dinger halt ein. Warum ist denn da Ding was neben mir? Ja, doch, geht. Habe ich jetzt nicht alles? Scheinbar. Ah, nein. Geht's da wieder zurück? Oder schicken musste ich hier auch nicht. Ah, okay.
Catch me.
Okay. Das war jetzt irgendwie nichts Besonderes. Das war nur das eine. Ja gut, dann machen wir das jetzt auch einfach mal los. Keine Ahnung. Nimm dich, dich wieder und dich nochmal. Haben wir noch irgendwen? Nehmen wir euch zweimal weg, nehmen wir halt mal ihn mit, den haben wir eigentlich nicht mal und den haben wir auch nicht. Go. Ja, man soll die halt vernichten. Feuer. Nein, hör auf. Blitz. Machen wir hier Feuer. Und hier machen wir Wind. Gibt es da irgendeine Richtung oder macht es das in jede Richtung? Das Drehen macht gerade keinen Sinn. Ich weiß nicht mal, in welche Richtung das gerade zeigt. Ah, da, auf der Kugel ist ein Ding. Okay, ich hab's gerade weggedreht. Hochstufen kostet 15, da habe ich nur momentan nix. Gibt jetzt gar nichts mehr? Oh ja. Information Prüfung. Aktivieren. Warte, ich kann die selber hauen? Das ist neu. Ey, wenn ich das gewusst hätte.
Yeah, mind the side effects. Through me, justice is served.
Ja. Alter, wie die das halt komplett ignorieren. Nein. Ah, okay. Wie kann ich eigentlich bauen?
Mind the side effects. Cascade. Your sins weigh upon your soul.
Noch mehr.
Mind the deluge.
Ja, schieß dich lieber bei Ayato. Ich muss doch mal ein gescheites Team nehmen, Alter. Das ist ja mal voll der Müll. Ich dachte, ich kann die bloß aufhalten, wenn ich wusste, dass ich hier kämpfen kann. Immer noch einer. Ja, ich weiß schon, dass ich die Türme verstärken kann. Ich habe bloß keine Lust dazu. Aber ich meine, wenn ich so kämpfen kann, kann ich das so auch machen. Wobei, wer weiß, ob ich es jetzt so versau, deswegen. Ja, geil war es auf jeden Fall nicht, was ich jetzt da gemacht habe. Wow, das ist voll so die 20-Minuten-Aufgabe, das ganze Ding, was wir da haben. Theaterbollwerke, 150 Gestaltpunkte, 280. Keine Ahnung. Was, Alter. Besiege ein Gegner, 4, 5. Verfügbare Gefährten, nur die 3 da unten? Was? Okay. Wie weit bist du bei Zelda? Eigentlich nicht weit. Erster Dungeon habe ich gemacht. Und seitdem bin ich jetzt immer im Untergrund. Ich hätte es vielleicht lesen sollen, ne?
I must leave no stone unturned, as a good knight should. Oz, reveal thyself.
As you wish, mein Fräulein. Nope.
Just like we rehearsed.
Kann ich hier irgendwas machen?
By royal decree.
Ah, jetzt. Figurenstufe auf. Einladungsstelle. Ah. Wobei. Bonusstelle. Taktik des Überfalls. Truppe um 30. Verbessert Körperbau um LP. Taktik der Elemente. Alter, hier blickt doch kein Schwein durch, Mann.
Day.
Oz, reveal.
There's more.
Don't touch me.
Hä, ich dachte, hab ich die Gun jetzt gerade mitgenommen?
Try this on the side. Wings of darkness.
How's this?
Come, sever night from. As a dutiful maid would.
Oh, gut, dass ich meine Gex-Bewegung in 5 Sekunden. Ah, jetzt.
Boom.
By royal decree. Hi. Leave it all to me. me. Huh? Yeah.
Eingeladen. Ne, wir haben sie doch eingeladen. Ach so, ich muss da oben rauf dann. Ne, warte mal, Gunny muss auf der Fischlierenplatz. Und Raiden darf dann da hinten hin. Und Kolle schmeißen wir raus. Wobei, ne, die Kolle nehmen wir dafür für die... So. Ja, ist schon irgendwie ganz lustig, aber... Das ist nix, wo man braucht.
Care for a decent target
City of
practice.
ice, born of ice and frost.
Dance with me!
All hail!
Now you shall perish! Be a good audience, won't you?
Not done yet.
By royal decree.
Your coming was
Phantasmagoria. Lord of Sand.
Oh, da ist die Bitch.
Eternal Oasis!
So, machen wir hier ein bisschen Ding.
Lapis.
Shine down! Yes, you shine eternal!
Holla. Kokumi. Nahida? Ne, dich nehmen wir mit. Was ist das da? Achso, ich kann bis zu 4 anlegen. So. Was haben wir dann hier? Machen wir ihn hin. Hier machen wir die Kokumi hin. Und schon passt alles. Haben wir noch Kohle für irgendwas anderes? Ja. Stangenwaffen sind eigentlich ganz fancy. Bossgegner.
There is no
Rest and rebuild.
shine down!
Access denied.
Kamisato wa Suiyu.
Ey, du kannst nicht aber weglaufen. Du musst schon in meine Dinge eingehen.
Illusion shattered!
Allow me.
Torn to oblivion!
Bam. Und weg ist er. Ja, aber jetzt haben wir das ja eigentlich auch schon wieder alles, ne? Belohnungen. Bonus des Selbstgestalteten. Göttliches Gestaltungshandbuch. Ach du Scheiße. Ei. Hier, Legendenauftrag. Ja, den habe ich ja gemacht das letzte Mal. Oder vorletzte Mal. Auf jeden Fall habe ich gemacht, ja. Der war echt schön, der Joemir, Legendenauftrag. Aber, wow. Ja, das ist so eine halbe Wissenschaft, was die da reingesteckt haben in das ganze Ding. Wie lange haben wir jetzt noch? Ja. Schauen wir mal, ob wir da Deyahs uns entweder Fasten machen oder dann... So. Springen wir rein. Manticora. Da. Blut der Löwen. Geschwärzte rote Seide. Kaum noch dran erinnern, aber ist ja nicht so spannend. Das von der Deyahs meinst du jetzt, oder wie? Upp. Gut, dass die automatische Türen haben, wenn sie schon sonst nichts haben.
I was trying to remember. What else did we put on our shopping list? Oh, what a mouth-watering smell. Paimon would know the aroma of biryani anywhere. Let's go get some.
Alter, wir sind, was jetzt, 5 Sekunden in dem Auftrag? Okay, wir shoppen. Oh, da riecht's gut, was ist das? Steht doch nicht auf dem Plan, oder?
We can still add it to the list.
Well, if it isn't the Traveler and Paimon.
Oh, die
Wasn't
Ding ist auch
expecting to
dabei.
see you here.
Die dessen Namen ich vergessen habe.
Hello there.
Deyahs.
Oh, it's been quite a while.
Das habe ich mir denn merken können.
So you two are still hanging out together. Dia, didn't you say last time that you were gonna head back to the desert?
I said I was going to resign from being her bodyguard, not that our friendship was over. We're still the best of friends. The Homayanis also still post jobs from time to time. Their pay is always generous, so me and the other mercs never pass them up.
I told Dia to just stay at our place when she took one of those jobs a few days ago. My parents were delighted. They even said that it always felt like we were missing someone whenever Dia wasn't around.
That sounds like something they would say, all right. They're always so welcoming. Anyway, the job is already taken care of, so I was gonna head back to the brigade as soon as I finished a little shopping. But the master kept insisting, and I ended up staying for another day.
You can stay for as many days as you want, Dia. Father hasn't even gotten around to treating you to his best dishes yet.
You know I'm not the kind of person to stay put in one place like that, my lady. Don't worry, though. There'll always be next time.
What? She said they'll treat you to the best dishes. Paimon can't believe you can still refuse that.
Nicht jeder denkt mit dem Bauch.
But wait. Didn't you say last time that you would take me on a trip to the desert? Why don't you just take me with you today, when you leave? There are so many places I still haven't visited yet.
I'm sorry, my lady, but no can do. There's still a few things I need to take care of back at the brigade. Besides, the desert hasn't exactly been the most peaceful place lately.
Alter, war die Wüste überhaupt schon mal sicher? Das ist ein Monsterhort einfach, mehr nicht.
Oh, come on.
Eigentlich könnte man sie
This
abfackeln.
again? That's also what you said last time and the time before that.
Ich meine, wir könnten die ganze Wüste abfackeln und niemand würde was vermissen.
I know, I'm sorry. Just give me some more time, and I promise I'll plan the best trip ever for you.
All right, fine. To be perfectly honest, it's not that I wanted to go, it's more like I feel like something is off about you lately. Ever since you first set foot on the estate a few days ago, you've been acting anxious and even paranoid. Have you been delaying our trip because you've run into some kind of trouble?
Nah, are you kidding? You're worrying too much.
Would you swear on that? Friends shouldn't lie to each other, you know. I wouldn't pry any further if you're willing to swear on what you just said. But if something really is bothering you, then just tell me. You know I'll help you however I can.
Oh, looks like Dunyarzad was onto something.
You're too perceptive, my lady. Seems I can't hide anything from you. I just thought that nothing good could come out of telling you about the messy happenings of mercenaries. Knowing too much only leads to more trouble. Mercenary life is a dog-eat-dog world where Mora reigns supreme. Everything operates on a completely different set of rules.
That doesn't change anything about what I just said, though. We're still friends, and I can only support you if I understand what's bothering you.
My lady, you're not gonna stop until you drag it out of me, are ya?
Du hattest vorhin die Chance abzulehnen, da hast du schon verloren jetzt.
All right, I'll share what I know. Let's go somewhere else first. This isn't exactly the best place for a discussion.
Und wir dürfen einfach mit.
Let's talk here.
Gehen wir einfach mit.
Try not to draw any extra attention.
Ist auch geil, weißt du? Sie will es wissen oder so. Ja, wir gehen einfach mal mit.
As you may already know, the Eremites have both a lot of mercenaries and a complex organizational structure. Many mercs are no different than me, just going around looking for jobs to earn some Mora.
Ich vertraue dem Kind da hinten nicht, das schaut so komisch.
My brigade is called the Blazing Beasts. We're not a large group, but every member is loyal and brave. However, not all Eremite brigades are like mine. Some are willing to cross all kinds of lines for the sake of Mora. The most notorious is a faction known as Deshret's Relics.
Deshret's Relics? Judging from the name, they must really look up to...
Sollte die Übersetzung von Deshret's Relics nicht Deshret's Relikte sein? Vermächtnis hört sich falsch an, aber gut, da ist aber wieder die Frage, was die im Chinesischen sagen oder Japanischen oder was weiß ich was. Al-Amar.
Yep, you got it. I've heard that you've already crossed paths with Akmar. They're one of the groups under the Relic's banner.
Oh, you mean the group that tried to sell us the Divine Knowledge Capsule? Yeah, they weren't friendly at all.
Deshret's Relics is composed of many smaller brigades like Akmar. The Relic's headquarters issues orders to all brigades under his control. On any other day, I would want nothing to do with them. Unfortunately, though, the brigade that's stirring up trouble now is none other than Dakan al-Akmar.
Die und ihre Namen, Alter.
Dakan?
I think it means beard or something. Believe me, it's a really stupid name. I found it insufferable for years.
Alles klar, alter Bart.
Anyway, the real issue is that Dakan al-Akmar is led by my father, Kusela.
Say what now?
I think I'm starting to understand your anxiety now. But what did they do?
I won't go into details, my lady, but they've been involved in a lot of violent incidents. We're talking hundreds.
Hundreds?
Yep. The scenes tend to be quite gruesome, too. They strip the victims of all their valuables before murdering them. Not only have they targeted merchant caravans and ordinary citizens, but other mercenary brigades as well.
That's beyond terrible. They won't even spare their own kind.
I don't know how Deshret's Relic sees it. All I do know is that Dakan al-Akmar has become more and more aggressive over the last few years. If I don't do something about them, then even my brigade or the people of Aru village could become their next target. I just wish I knew what's driven him to do this.
Also gehen wir los und vermöbeln Deyahs Daddy.
Yeah. How can your father do such terrible things?
I don't know. People change. He's always been pretty pathetic. But at least in the past, there were still a few lines that he wouldn't cross.
That's setting the bar pretty low.
I mean, if he was even remotely decent, then why would I have to leave the brigade and cut all ties with him?
Wegen dem Namen? Ich meine, Dakan heißt irgendwas mit Bart.
He was loud and foolish, with no real sense of purpose. Instead of doing anything useful, he spent most of his time drinking and chasing after women. Of course, the other brigade members were just like him. Their ruckus would go on night after night.
Sounds like a nightmare.
What about your mother? Did she ever step in to stop them?
Unfortunately, I never knew my mother.
Erwartbar.
I'm sorry, Dia. I didn't know.
It's all right, my lady. That's pretty common in mercenary circles. Didn't I mention that my father was chasing after women? He told me that he wasn't sure who my mother was. And in any case, she never came to see me. He'd say, "You'll be fine as long as you remember to stick with Dad." But even then, he left most of the parenting to the brigade. The one thing I do remember is that he used to tell me stories. But the problem was that he had terrible taste. He only knew a few stories, and even those tended to be pretty stale. They were tales of desert warriors defeating dragons in the forest, or stories of mercenaries rescuing princesses from rebel armies.
Sounds like your typical fairy tales.
More or less, yeah. They were interesting maybe the first or second time around, but after about 20 repeats, they started to get a little dull. He seemed to think those stories were the best things ever, though. He was so into them that he'd call the whole brigade over and make them perform the whole thing as a play. Even the toys he gave me would all be story props. I'd get helmets, shields, and toy swords. It was only much later when I realized that the shows were more for him than they ever were for me.
What an interesting guy.
Hört sich nicht so an, als wäre der wirklich böse, oder?
Yeah, I've always found him pretty childish. But that was something I could just shrug off. I had no reason to despise him. Until I grew up and learned the true face of Deshret's relics for myself. Looting, blackmail, violence, and fraud. They not only accepted such heinous acts, they would even openly boast about them. No one in the brigade was any kind of hero. Instead, my father and his cronies were more like the bad guys that needed to be taken down. Did they really think that as long as they didn't do any of that stuff right in front of me, I would never know?
I think I can understand your feelings. The difference between perception and reality must have hit hard.
Yeah, but don't worry, my lady. It's all water under the bridge to me now. I had a huge argument with my father and left that place behind for good. I'm not investigating them due to any bitter feelings I still have towards my father. I just want to protect those that are close to me.
Du willst also nur herausfinden, warum sie plötzlich angefangen haben, viel mehr über die Taten zu begehen.
Yeah. I told the boys to gather as much information as they could. Most of the reports concern violent incidents, but there's also some talk of smuggling.
I see. But isn't this investigation incredibly dangerous?
It is, but every mercenary lives life on the edge. It's a lifestyle that I enjoy.
That may be true, but it'll be impossible for those who care about you not to worry.
Well, now you get why I didn't want to share any of this with you.
What should we do? They both have valid concerns.
Ich gehe mit Deyah, weil ich ihren Auftrag aktiviert habe.
Huh? But there's no need for you to get caught up in this mess too.
Ja, aber weißt du, für solche Typen ich schon verwirbelt habe?
Well, he's super tough, so if he went into the desert with you, then Paimon bets the problem will be solved in no time.
I'm inclined to agree. I'd feel a lot more at ease if you took him along to help.
Keine Sorge.
I'll wait for news from you in the city until then. Please, stay safe.
I'm honored that you care so much for me, my lady. All right, then let's get moving. Our first stop will be Caravan Rebot, where we can catch up a bit with my fellow mercs.
Die lodernden Bestien. Weißt du, das ist wenigstens ein geiler Name. Einigermaßen. Manticora, erster Akt, Blut der Löwen. Ich finde, der passt doch echt gut, dieser Name. Manticora. Hört sich stark an. So, jetzt hat aber guten Abend, Klaus. Und mir geht's auch gut. Und schön, dass dir auch gut geht. So.
Hey, Deyah, you're back. Are these two friends of yours?
Nein, das sind nur zwei, die mich stalken. Hallo, sehr erfreut.
Likewise. There's no need to be so formal with us. We're a pretty casual crew. Anyway, since we've got a newcomer, let me fill you in on what the Khan al-Akhmar's been up to lately. They've become extremely aggressive. Apparently, even their own now have become acceptable targets. They even attack other relics brigades, just the same as any other mercenary brigade.
Even the most ferocious beasts still protect their own. And it sounds like they've thrown that straight to the wind.
That's right. Once they've collected enough loot off the other mercenaries, they sell it off to a different brigade, or turn to merchants on the black market. A portion of their profits is immediately exchanged for more food and weaponry to be used in their next violent operation.
That's terrible.
Yeah, and it really makes you wonder why they're so desperate for Mora. A few days ago, Isham and I trailed them for a while, and even disguised ourselves as merchants to conduct trade with them. We were able to learn a few things from the exchange. Rather than saying they're out to plunder and hoard Mora, it'd probably be more accurate to say that they're experiencing an internal power struggle.
Deswegen ist es alles schlimmer geworden, weil einer der anderen die Kontrolle übernehmen will.
Wait, a power struggle?
You heard me right. The vast majority of their victims are mercenaries from the other brigades of Deshret's relics. If their only goal was Mora, they could have gone after anybody. The targeted nature of their attacks points to a power struggle between the different brigades within the relics. That's the only plausible explanation we have. Unfortunately, we weren't able to find out anything more specific. It seems they're also trying to keep things under wraps. Oh, one last thing we discovered was that over the past few years, as the Khan al-Ahmar became more and more active, Deshret's relics as a whole became a lot weaker.
Also Deshrets Vermächtnis und Dakan Almar sind doch nicht dieselben, Alter. Mit dem Text, was da manchmal unten steht, war ich mir jetzt nicht mehr sicher, ob das nicht einfach dieselben sind. Macht die Sache irgendwie noch verwirrender.
It sounds mighty strange to me too. Harun, you can leave the rest of the investigation to us. Gotta say though, I didn't expect you to go on a whole undercover mission during the few days I was gone. Sounds like you were really putting your necks on the line, no?
Nah, it was nothing. We're just as concerned about the situation as you are. The Khan al-Ahmar is your father's crew after all.
What he said. Besides, Dia, haven't you done more dangerous things than all of us combined?
Yeah. And while they went to talk with Khan al-Ahmar, I took a look at the last camp they attacked. Any survivors of the attack were already long gone. There was nothing of value left in the camp.
Ah, Hisham and Khalaf. You're here too.
Hört sich wie ein Gericht an.
We rushed over as soon as we saw you come into Caravan Rebot. Although this new friend of yours looks a little green behind the ears, I'm sensing a special vibe from him. Now that we know you'll have a capable partner with you, we can also rest easy.
Hey, what about Paimon? Do anything special?
Das ist ein Satellit, Alter. Ich krieg den Namen nicht mehr raus.
Oh, you're also planning to tag along with them?
Of course! Paimon is the traveler's most important guide. Wherever he goes, Paimon will follow.
Oh. In that case, then you'd better take care of her too, Dia.
Don't underestimate Paimon!
Don't worry about her. She may look tiny and helpless, but she's been through just as many battles as the traveler here. Even if she had only survived on sheer luck, then that alone would still make her quite formidable.
I had no idea. I guess I shouldn't judge by appearances.
Oh, one other thing, Dia. When you're free, why don't you update the deputy about your upcoming schedule? We held another recruitment event a few days ago, but everyone only came to see the Flame Mane. You weren't around at the time, so people were pretty disappointed to only find our crew of rough, unkempt guys. The deputy put a lot of effort into the event, but it was basically for nothing. Only a few people chose to stay, and that really got to him.
Sorry to hear that. I'll be sure to bring him some great liquor next time. I left in a hurry and I couldn't make it back in time for the event.
Gotta admit, I can understand their disappointment, though. You're our brigade's main selling point, after all. Now, if only the deputy could figure out a way to bring a few more smoking hot members into our ranks.
Keep dreaming. Remember the last time I invited a couple gals into the brigade? You all just froze up with your mouths gaping like a bunch of scarecrows. The awkward silence and weird expressions left quite the impression on them. They were originally interested in joining us, but after that, they both told me they were too uncomfortable to stick around.
Hey, didn't we agree to never bring that up again?
Die harten Söldner, die Angst vor Frauen haben.
Huh? Wait, are you serious? Why have I never heard about this?
I don't think you were part of the brigade yet.
Are you kidding me? I missed a once-in-a-lifetime moment like that and you weren't even gonna tell me?
All right. We can tell you about it later. Now's not the time.
Hey, don't you try to change the subject. You and Hisham get your butts over here and tell me everything right now.
Schönes Team.
Always like this?
More or less. There aren't many rules or graces when it comes to mercenaries. We're used to just speaking our minds. If someone starts getting under your skin, you just yell right back at them. And if that doesn't put an end to it, then you just challenge them to a fight. But we also don't tend to take many things too seriously. Being direct and getting it all out of your system as soon as things come up is better than keeping everything bottled up, never talking about it.
Wie sie im Hintergrund vorbeirennen. Hey, warte, da sind sie ja schon wieder. Warte, jetzt ist er alleine gewesen. Wo sind die anderen?
That's also why I never spare their feelings when I talk to them. If I want to laugh, I'll laugh. If I'm angry, then I'll unload on them. It's hard to stop once you get used to it. Though, I can never do that when I'm with the Homayanis.
Wer soll es denn Homayani?
Hey, knuckleheads! Can you at least tell me the rest of the intel before you go back to your bickering?
Yeah, you hear her, Holof? Told you we gotta focus on the investigation first. I drew up a map. Right here is the spot. There you'll find the merchant caravan responsible for getting rid of Khan al-Akhmar's looted goods. All you gotta do is wait and ambush them in the evening. They'll have no idea what hit them.
Perfect. Thanks for that. Be sure to pass my regards to everyone else in the brigade as well.
Will do. You stay safe, Deyah.